Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, tonight we have got to give you an update on this Washington magazine ban that is going down. Because if you'll recall, last week they were debating if it was even going to get a House vote. I even made a video about that. The House Speaker herself was like, meh, maybe. Well, now, someone from Everytown for Gun Safety must have given her a little ring on the phone because it's gone all the way through committee and it can be voted on as early as Wednesday, February 23rd. That's 2 days from now. If you live in Washington, this is the time to call your legislators. This is really, really important. Even if you think that you don't have a chance, it matters that you take the initiative and do it. Be respectful, be direct, and make your feelings known in a polite manner. This is really important, and we can do this. The power we have as individuals in a representative government is much bigger than a lot of people understand, so please activate. Now, we're going to dive into this in 1 second. There's so many ins and outs, and I'll be honest with you, this bill, it's either complete virtue signaling that is unenforceable, or it's written and designed to fail because it is unenforceable and it's opening the door for like registration and licensing and all of these different things with serial numbers. They cannot stand by themselves. Something is up. Like I said, it's linked in the description box below if you want to see for yourself. And I want to hear from you in the comments because this is important for us to be up on. Now, before we get into this, make sure that pesky YouTube algorithm didn't take the liberty of unsubscribing you from the channel, because it has done that, because mistakes will happen. Make sure that notification bell is still on, as I know you had it before. And if you are new here, we're always looking to earn that subscription to drive towards 400,000 subs by June 1. That's the goal that we set, and hopefully you can help us make that happen. But now, let's dive into Washington, because this, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Washington. Anti-gun legislators push 10-round magazine ban legislation through committee. Like I said, House Speaker last week, we might not. House Speaker this week, it's ready. Something's up. Anyway, this article is from NRA.com. It came out today, so this is right off the press. Late last week, magazine ban legislation, Senate Bill 5078, was passed out of the House Committee on Civil Rights and Judiciary on a party line vote. That's not surprising. Anti-gun legislators are pulling out all the stops to get this measure passed as soon as possible. It's going to the Rules Committee, and like I said, it can be voted on by Wednesday 23rd. If you live in Washington, now would be the time to activate. Just saying. Now, to remind you, and then I'm going to get into the part where I'm going to show you how this bill is written to fail. This is really important. Senate Bill 5078 bans the manufacture, sale, transfer, importation, etc. of magazines that are capable of holding or hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. Now, that importation part is really, really important. Now, if you recall, when I did the original video on this, I even made a huge point around the fact that if you have existing magazines in the state that hold 30 rounds, it doesn't matter because you just can't buy more. You can still have the ones you had. There is no confiscation. There is no trade-in program. I'm completely against both of those things, but my point is, it circumvents the entire reasoning and the purpose for this bill, even written in the bill, that says, well, the magazines cause damage. Well, then why is everyone still allowed to have the ones that they have? That was the first question. Well, it went through substitution and they added some more pieces here to the actual legislation, and this is the part that I want to show you, because this might be, like I said, either the stupidest magazine ban ever that's completely unenforceable, or it's designed to fail to bring in more serialization and registration. You guys let me know in the comments what you think, but here we go. The legislature intends to limit the prospective sale of large capacity magazines while allowing existing legal owners to retain the large capacity magazines they currently own. So that just reinforces what I just said. That's from the bill. But this is the part right here, the import piece. This is bananas. Import does not mean situations where an individual possesses a large capacity magazine when departing from and returning to Washington State. Translate, if you have it, you leave and come back, you're fine. So long as the individual is returning to Washington in possession of the same large capacity magazine the individual transported out of the state. Hey, quick question, call me crazy. How do you know which magazine is the one you left with and which one you didn't? They aren't serialized. There's no part that says this is that same one. So if the entire point of this ban is to say that these magazines are the cause and they reduce the ability to inflict harm on others, you can still have existing magazines that were already in the state. Those don't go away. And if you leave the state with a magazine and come back with that same magazine, you're fine. But what if you leave the state with no magazine and you come back with a different magazine and say, yep, it's the same one? Does this look like it's made to fail to anybody else. That's my point. This mag ban is either the dumbest mag ban that is unenforceable in history and it's a complete virtue signal, or they're opening the door to say, well, we didn't think about that when we wrote the original magazine ban because they could just leave and bring back different mags because they're not serialized. So we should probably serialize them to make sure that this original ban works. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points. I'm Braden. See you later.